and make sure that the advanced is selected. Now when you click next, all of those parameters will be used to set up the metadata of the variables. Okay, click next. So now each of these, the variables role, okay, so here the patient number is rejected because it has too many values, too many classes. It's a nominal variable and it has too many values in it. Okay, 20 was our threshold, remember? So it has too many classes, so that's been set to reject. Okay, and the rest of them are set up like. Okay, so now we can explore and double check, and then see whether there is any other further adjustments you want to make. Okay, so these are automatically set using the parameters that we have specified. So select these and do an explore and see what's going on. So here there are several interval variables that are being coded as, so this DBP is this some kind of blood pressure, systolic blood pressure. So these are actually, one would consider them as interval variables, right? So heart rate, yes, all right. So you may go back and then say, well, no, we don't want AE to be, what is AE? So if the variables have labels attached, so if you by checking the labels, it will tell you if the data set has labels for columns, okay, the labels will appear. Of course, if the labels have not been set up in the database, then you will have the same the name as your label, so it's not going to be very helpful. Whereas here you have adverse event, okay, it's good. So now the systolic blood pressure, and you would think that that would be interval, and the reason why it is not interval and nominal is because of the parameters that we have set up. Okay, like 20, if it is less than 20 distinct values, then it should be classified as nominal. Remember?
And that's what we set up in the advanced.
In the advanced metadata. And that's the reason why it got set up as nominal. But usually, since here the data set is really small, right? That's the reason why this is being a problem. Usually, if you have like million records, you're going to have more than 20 values, so this will not be a problem. So let's go ahead and change that to
It's all right.
You're changing all of them.
All right. Okay, there may be another reason for it. Maybe it's because that column has a non-numeric value.
You just changed everything to nominal.
Oh yes.
Yep,
That's because I had selected all of them. All right. Okay. So now some of them are nominal. See here. Okay. All right. So interval. All right. Got it. Okay. DX is diagnosis code. So that's okay. Heart rate is interval. Patient number. These are okay. The visit date is time ID, so that's good. Now gender is okay. So now the adverse event, that's what we want to predict. So that is our target. Okay. So that's good. Then we move to the rest of them. Now decision processing is an important step that we will revisit here. We are not going to do this now, but this is for setting up decision criteria for comparing different models. Okay, so we can set up decision criteria for comparison. So we will skip this for the moment. Okay, and then we have, you wish to create a sample data? No. All right, so now this is what we're going to have. So we're going to have patients and the role is raw. And then the final page gives you a summary of what it's going to do. So how many input interval, how many input nominal, how many rejected, how many target, how many time ID, that kind of stuff. And then you click finish. So now we have created the data source, okay, and it's sitting there for us to use in our analysis.